Okay. We got it right this time. Okay. Good. Alright. Cool. We got it right. Figured it out. Problem solving. Geniuses. Oh, man. Took us a minute. I'm glad we got it sorted out, shall we? Alright, so. Without further ado. Podcast. Get this out there real quick. Probably got nobody in there, but this is what it is. Anyway, what is up to the live edition of JNW versus the World? Let me make sure it can be heard. Okay, we got people here. Yeah, what's up down there? Welcome to the live edition of JNW versus the World, where we scour the globe and see what other universes have to offer. And this time around, the title correct and all that fun stuff, so we are going to be talking about the build. What's good, expert? I'm doing good. We're going to be talking about the individual, the build leading into the Onslaught and the next level pay-per-view respectively, as far as my honest thoughts on how it is, my honest thoughts on how it's going, and all of that other fun stuff. So we're going to kind of get into it, kind of break things down match by match here. And for those that do not know what this is, what's up, Hornet? For those that maybe do not know what this is, or this is the first time you're checking this out, well, first, thanks. Second, I created this podcast as a way for really a forum to be open and honest about, universe more content, about, my thoughts on it, how I think it's going, this, that, and the third. And so that's kind of what this is for. And eventually, of course, I'll have guests, and I eventually want to branch this out into, non-universe mode content. Now, a couple of people in mind for that. But I guess until then, this is what we're rolling with. This is what we're rocking with. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. Let me pull up the chat on my computer real fast. Hold on. That way the chat is literally right in front of me, and I'm not having to look at my phone and do all this stuff. Here we go. All right, cool. Got the chat pulled up in the spot where I can see it now. Coming in clearly. Y'all can hear me? Okay. Oh, damn. We got 6 people up in there. Yo, what's up? Let me know if I can be heard. If y'all can hear me and all that. So. Am I coming in good? All right, cool. Okay, so I got the chat pulled up here because I'm gonna need to pull the card up on my phone here. But again, I created this podcast for the sole purpose of wanting to be open and honest with you guys about my thoughts on remote content, breaking kayfabe and this, that, and the third. Cool. Breaking kayfabe and this, that, and the third, and so this allowed me the platform to do that. Be open and honest and do that. So I guess without further ado, again, welcome to everyone that's in here. We're gonna kind of get into the card, do a little bit of rundown of the card, and I guess talk about the build to each match, and I guess what my thoughts on the build were. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it whatever the deal? And we'll get right into it here. I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just going off of what I have in front of me. I mean, that's fine, dude. I mean, if you want to start a podcast about wrestling and you ain't got people to do it, bro, I'm doing my solo. I'm sitting there doing my solo. So you don't have to have a whole group of people to do it. It's nice if you have people that will want to do it, but I personally don't. In fact, speaking of podcasts about wrestling, perfect plug here, perfect time to do that. I'm gonna be doing another one that's like, about the world of pro wrestling, but I'm going to be doing it with someone. I need to get with them and get the information. We started it before, but like we just couldn't find the time to do it and whatever. So we're going to look to get that back up and started soon again. So I'm going to let you guys know as far as that is concerned, where that goes. But anyways, if you want to do a podcast about wrestling, feel free to just start by yourself. I mean, at least initially, I think all podcasts are going to start. You're going to most likely start solo unless you got people that have been down for it, from the jump. Or maybe if you're not that comfortable on camera, that's fine too. Or talking, that's fine too. Anyway, we're going to go in order of kind of which show they're coming out first. So we're going to go kind of in order here. I kind of want to use the card. Do I want to use the card order, or do you just want to just go off the cuff here? Let's just go off the cuff here. Let's go what I have here. All right, let's get into it here. The build for AOR Onslaught. I think first, let me just give my thoughts on the overall card. This is probably one of the more interesting cards I've put together. But by the same token, probably one of the more challenging cards I've put together, as you will see here, or you will, hear here. You will hear, because this card has a total of 1, 2, 3. This card has 3 tag team matches and a triple threat. So this card has 3 tag matches, a triple threat, and like 1, 2, 3 one-on-one. So 3 tag, a triple threat, and 3 one-on-one matches. So this is, it's one of those cards where like I've really got to be careful and pace myself here. And the show was actually finished. I just need to hit the commentary for it. For those that follow me on social media, just need to hit the commentary for it. And I think it came out well. I'm gonna get another chance to really second look at it whenever I do the commentary for it and see how it flows and stuff there. But I think overall, the show came out well. So let's get into the build. The team, Black Assassins, the team of Johnny Evil and Simon Ortiz versus the team of Nate and Dwayne for the AOA Tag Team Championship. Overall, I think the build for this match is this could have been better. I mean, granted, Black Assassins, they are allied with Jackson Wade, who's the leader of Top Class Warriors in my series, and it's a thing of everything kind of revolved around that to an extent, the whole Top Class Warrior versus everyone else type of deal. So everything else kind of revolved around it, but I think I could have paid a little bit more attention to this rivalry in particular, especially since the AOA tag team titles are on the line here, which is kind of historical in of itself, because the winning team because it's the Black Assassins win here that really opened things up on the AOA side of things. So I think I really feel like I could have put a little bit more emphasis, if you can say, a little bit more emphasis on I guess how important this match is within the grand scheme of, not just AOR, but AOA and stuff as a whole. And by the way, since we're live, if you guys have any questions or anything regarding the show, or just questions in general, feel free to drop them. I'll answer them. That's why I like this live format, because it can be interactive. So feel free to drop questions and stuff if y'all got them. So there you go. But anyway, I feel like I really could have honed in on a couple of things with this rivalry here, with this match, of like the importance that the AOA tag team titles are on the line, what this can mean for AOA, how this affects Top Class Warriors if they win. I could have did so many like minor attention to detail things with this rivalry per se, that went beyond the whole Top Class Warrior versus everyone else thing. Because I think it's good. I think Top Class Warriors as a whole, I think I'm doing a good job of keeping that faction looking good, looking dominant. They came in, caused all types of chaos and whatever the deal. So they've been looking good. Top Class Warriors have been looking pretty good in this whole thing. And there have been interaction between Nate and Dwayne and Ortiz and Evil and all this other stuff. So they're looking good, but I think I could have paid a little bit more attention to the details of this one. But I think overall, though, I think you guys are going to be hopefully, I think you all are going to enjoy the result of the match that you get. I'm going to try to highlight some of this stuff a little bit more on commentary, as I mentioned before. So if I were to rate this on a scale, I guess maybe like 1 to 5, 5 being, I would definitely want to pay attention to this match, or 1, as in you can skip right over it. 3. I think I'll give the build for this a solid 3. It could have been better in some ways, like I said, a little bit more attention to detail, but it is what it is. Triple threat match. Caden Miles, Evan West, Aaron Weaver for the Global Championship. This one has about a basic of a story as you can get. Really, this match really had about a basic story as you can get. A heel champion, or in this case, a heel champion getting involved in Evan and Aaron's match with his friend, Austin Kazarian. So, Evan or Caden Miles has caused both Evan and Aaron individual matches. And so then we see Caden attacking both guys, and then on the go home show we saw Evan making the save for Aaron during his attack and getting revenge from last week, but we also see Aaron dropping Evan on his neck as a way of saying, hey, this is what was I saying? Hey, it's still going to be every man for himself at Onslaught. And I've had a little interaction in between with Aaron and Evan. So, again, on the scale of 1 to 5, I'm probably going to build again about maybe 2.5. Could have done a little bit more. Maybe have Caden cut a promo or something, because I didn't really have him talk at all. Which I should, because I think Caden as a character I can definitely get a lot out of as far as, promo work and everything is concerned. Because I think, in general, if I really kind of put my card behind him, he'll be, he can definitely be, a pretty solid heel in the AOR roster, in the AOR division. I'm gonna cover that match last. We're gonna skip over that. Gloria and Haley Victor versus Candy and Sassy. Again, another tag team matchup. This match was actually supposed to happen at the Last Stand pay-per-view. The match was actually supposed to happen back then, but some stuff happened, and I had to call a audible. I called it like a last-minute audible, and made Haley versus Sassy inside of a steel cage because Candy attacked Gloria. And so this match probably got the weakest build out of this entire card. Next to nothing, really. And it came from this place of, again, this match was supposed to happen already. It was supposed to happen already, but due to stuff happening, I had to call an audible. So this match was supposed to happen already. In fact, I was actually supposed to do a completely different match in this spot, but I'm like, results got spoiled. I would just say it that way. Results got spoiled, and it was like I had to call an audible now and redo it. I had to call an audible now, so I have to come back and redo it. So I'm a little bit behind now as far as where I wanted to be with at least two of the. Actually, all 4 of them, really, because I have something planned for Candy and Sassy, too. So I'm a little bit behind now as far as where I wanted to be with those 4 because of that happening. But due to something else taking place, it gives me time to kind of recuperate some time that I lost. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So, That being said, build for this match is a 1. If people skip this match or go take a break during this match, I would not be shocked. However, don't take a break too long, is all I'm going to say. Like I said, the match should have happened already. But I think I did, as far as the production of it, I think I did my best to make it as entertaining as possible, for even given the circumstances. And some other stuff happened that will lead to things in the future. So, yeah, I'm not going to spoil that. I can already have it done, so there you go. Speaking of women's matches, Ashley versus Carmen for the AOR Women's Championship. Personally, again, this one could have been a little bit better. For this one, I was kind of relying off of the build that happened going into Live On and then going into Last Stand, and I had them interact a little bit going into this. I think the story really mainly been on Ashley during this whole thing about how she's, not 100%, not going to be going into this matchup 100% after her match with Chloe and all of this other stuff. So it's the Carmen really, the story mainly been on the challenger here, where maybe I could have sprinkled the champion in this thing a little bit. I really could have. I could have sprinkled the champion somewhere in this. Maybe have her. Well, no, I had to cut a promo. I did. I had to cut a promo. Kind of trash talk Ashley a bit, but that was before like a handicap match. So maybe I could have had Ashley cut a promo or something here. Maybe, I don't know. They got a little bit more interactive. Maybe Ashley called Carmen out or something. Just, you know what I mean. Just something along that line to really kind of make the tension even more, because if you've been watching this thing, then you'll know these two got a little bit of history, and sometimes when you're booking, you kind of run into, I would admit, I kind of run into the thing of okay, people that have been watching for a while, they'll kind of know, if they pay attention, they'll get where I'm going, but I also got to keep in mind that sometimes I'll run into new people. You'll never know when a new person will watch, so that's why my commentary style is always storytelling, and people who watch on a consistent basis probably get sick and tired of it. People who watch on a consistent basis probably get sick and tired of it. Like, dude, shut up, we know, but you never know who's watching for the first time. Never know who's watching for the first time here. What? No. Okay, that's something else. But you'll never know who's blah 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 blah. You'll never know who's watching for the first time. So I should probably do a better job at doing more stuff to help elevate certain matches, especially the championship matches, especially as big as this one, with how big the women's division has gotten. And then on a side note, I should definitely do my best effort to make sure that the women's division is still up there and prominent, because I think it lost a little bit of its steam coming out of Live On. So I'm definitely going to try to do my part and to keep that women's division at high esteem, keep it where it was going into Live On, because there was a reason that they main evented, and it wasn't because WWE was doing it at the time. It was because I felt like out of everything going on, JB really wasn't hitting the groove yet. The women's division were tearing it up. Every time they had a main event match, it was always good to great even. So it's one of those things where you got to keep that momentum rolling. And I think if I keep positioning them in good spots on the card and keep giving them stuff that's interesting, I don't think they're going to lose their fire. So I need to kind of, freshen it up, spark it one last time, spark up that fire one last time. And we'll keep it rolling, and you'll see a great way I have in mind of doing that. Derek Walker versus Alex. This one has been an interesting one. This kind of built off the back of Last Stand here, and I mainly kind of kept the focus on Alex for this because he's the one with the new attitude. He's just coming off of turning on his dad and this, that, and the third back at the Last Stand pay-per-view, and so now this is his first singles feud coming off of that, and of course, I'm going to end up building something from there going forward. I think overall, as far as how Derek looked in the build, he could have looked a little bit better. I could have built Derek a little bit stronger. And the thing is, with Derek, I've always wanted to push this guy. I really have. I've always wanted to push Derek Walker because I like the look. He got a good look. I've always wanted to push him, but I can't. I have not found the room to do it. Does anyone else here agree? Have anyone ever like had been in that position of you want to push someone so bad, but like you can't, or you don't, given like everything else going on? Have anyone else ever, been in that position? I mean, we got like 6 people here. I don't know who's creator or anything here, but anyone else ever been in that position? Anyone at all? Anyway, I'll let y'all ponder that. If I get an answer, feel free to, again, tell me in a story. Give me a story about maybe how that happened. If y'all can think of an example, maybe give me a story real quick, and I'll read them off here. But anyways, Derek could have looked a little bit stronger here. Alex been getting this major, kind of push really since he turned on his dad and everything. Had something going with age, but due to some other stuff going on, I had to get scrapped. You'll see why. But Alec versus right, I didn't even bother to read the. Oh yeah, Carmen Ashley build 2.5 could have been better. 2.5 could have been better in my book. Oh, sorry. Have you ever been in a position where you wanted to push someone so bad, but due to maybe other storylines and stuff that you had in mind, you knew that you couldn't? So, have you ever wanted to push someone, but just couldn't do it? That was the question. You ever wanted to push someone, but you just couldn't do it? Maybe because of other storylines or whatever else going on. Oh, okay. Can you could you provide an example, or would it like spoil something else that you have in mind? Could you provide an example, or would it spoil something else? It doesn't have to be current. It could be like maybe, in a past universe mode or whatever that you've done. Like, if you have one, let me know. Anyway, Alec could, or let me rate the build 2.5 for Ashley versus Carmen, and then Derek could have looked a heck of a lot better. All I can say is Keith Lee. Okay then, fair enough. And real quick, since I'm on live, since I'm on all that stuff, for those that haven't, I want to say everybody who's in here have, but for those that haven't, go check out that dude's Clash of Champions. It was excellent. Excellent work. Excellent work. Keep it up. I'm looking forward to Unforgiven. Just want to let you know that. Anyway, right, Derek could have looked better. Alex, he kind of just on one. So hopefully that match is entertaining. Hopefully that matchup turns out to be at least an entertaining one. Next, the Cabal versus the Millennium Riders, #1 contenders matchup for the AOR Tag Team Championship. Again, a build that mainly involved the other people. In fact, this one was kind of a little bit of a 3-way type of build. I mean, Millennium Riders, they had matches. Really, that was about it. Okay. Go ahead and expound on that example then. I'm going to keep talking here, but you go ahead and expound on that example. Or expand on that example. Anyway, so Millennium Riders, they had matches against other teams, but the focus, it was weird because the focus was on Taskmaster and the Crew, and the Cabal got lumped in there because I had a storyline going on with Tony Woods and Andre Richardson. They were known as the Crew. And they were kind of buddy with the Cabal. Hello to the fourth person that jumped in. They were kind of buddy with the Cabal. And Taskmaster, the manager of the Cabal, promised the Crew that when they win the tag team title, excuse me, that they were going to get a shot at the tag team championship. That didn't happen because Taskmaster gave the Cabal ended up challenging the team of Brandon and Alex for the tag title as a quote-unquote warm-up. Well, the warm-up actually won the tag team title. So then, at that moment, the Crew, Tony Woods specifically, came over to Taskmaster and told him, I see your comment, I'm going to finish my statement, and I'll read it in a minute. But Taskmaster came, or Tony Woods of the Crew came to tell Taskmaster, well, since y'all lost the tag title, what are y'all going to do? And then Taskmaster said, don't worry, you're going to get your shot. I promise you that. He warned him and said, if you mess with me one more time, if you lie to me one more time, we're going to have a problem. The general manager then revealed that it would be the Millennium Rider versus the Cabal, winner become number one contender for the AOR Tag Team Championship. That news did not fit good to Tony Woods, and who knocked out Taskmaster and told him, okay, you make that our number one contendership match or the Cabal won't be able to find you. So, the Crew and the Cabal had a tag team match. The winner took that number one contendership spot against the Millennium Riders. So, it really involved more or less the Crew and the Cabal, and I want to find a way to keep that going a little bit. So the Millennium Riders were kind of on the back burners here for this feud, but given the Cabal and the Millennium Riders' previous history, I'm sure they're going to have a great match against each other. I'm sure they're going to have a great match against each other at Onslaught, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So build, I'll give it 2.5, mainly because the Millennium Riders didn't get involved in this. Anyways, okay. I had him face against Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight Championship, for the World Heavyweight title, and one of my old SummerSlam. I wanted to have him win the title so bad, but the end goal was to always have Balor beat Bryan. So instead of Bray Wyatt lost because Bryan cheated, so he didn't have him to lose cleanly. Yeah, sometimes you have to do the whole cop-out thing to prevent a guy that you want to keep looking good from losing. Sometimes you have to do that, and it sucks when you have to do it to a guy that you really want to push. And it sucks even more when you have to do that to a guy who you want to win clean, who you on any other occasion would have some type of jacked up finish. So it sucks even more when you got to do it when someone has to lose cleanly and it's a person again that you want to push or whatever. So, that Bray Wyatt, you probably could have still got to your end goal. Maybe have, this is probably way too late as far as quarterbacking goes, But, maybe, I don't know the dynamic there. I don't know if Bryan was a face or a heel at the time. But, before he turned heel, you probably could have had Bray win. Maybe hold the title for a couple of months, I guess. And depending on when you were doing it, you could have had Bryan win it back from him, and then still got to the angle of Balor and Bryan. Maybe that's just a possibility of something you could have did there. But that sounded interesting. So it's kind of unfortunate though that you had to do that to Bray. Bryan was the top heel on SmackDown at that point. Okay, then you couldn't really. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, then you really didn't have a whole lot of other options there at that point. If Bryan was top heel by the time he was facing Bray. Oh, Bray was the tweener, Bryan was the top. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you didn't really have a whole lot of other options there with that. Oh, what's up, Donna? Welcome back. I just got finished talking about the build between the Millennium Riders and the Cabal. Like I said, given their history, they should have an excellent matchup. Given their build, they should have an excellent matchup. But but I think overall the build, if it was an interesting. I like what I did with the Cabal and the Crew. I'm not mad at that. I'm actually not mad at that. I really actually did like what I did there because I finally got the Crew involved in something pretty good. The Cabal just had to win there because story purposes, it would have been a better match, all that other stuff. Good on it. Welcome back yourself if you never left. So I finally got the Crew in something, so I was happy about that. I finally had some type of payoff. I'm gonna kind of continue that a little bit, but in the meantime, though, that was if I would have thrown the Millennium Riders in there, I think a way to improve it, if I would have thrown the Millennium Riders in there, maybe have them interact with the Crew or interact with the Cabal or something like that, and like a promo. Really, they didn't even have to have a match or get physical. Just like a promo, just acknowledging the situation. That would have helped. Again, I'm probably being nitpicky, small attention to detail, but overall, though, I think those two are gonna have a good match. I think you all are going to enjoy the match that they have. Because, like I said, the show's already practically recorded. You just need to sit down and do commentary. So I think you guys are going to enjoy the match that they end up having. And with all other matches covered. Yeah, Black Assassin versus Nate and Dwayne covered. Caden Triple Threat covered. Gloria and Haley versus Candy and Sassy covered. Carmen versus Ashley covered. Derek versus Alex covered. Cabal versus Millennium Riders covered. We are at what I'm certain, actually, which is, we are now at what will be the main event for Onslaught, the AOR World Championship match between Jackson Wade and RJ. This whole build has been centered around let's make Jackson Wade look like the beast that he is. Okay, let's put a stamp in the ground that Jackson Wade is that guy. And it was interesting because RJ didn't show up until like the last 2 episodes of the build. He didn't show up to the last 2 episodes. And again, it was centered around the whole Top Class Warrior versus the World stuff. So, what's up, Hornet? It was centered around the whole Top Class Warrior versus the World stuff. So, you got Top Class Warrior just taking out everyone. Like, they took out Omar. They wrote, I kind of have them I used them to write Big Mac off. For a minute, they got wins after wins after wins. They were just picking up wins. They had 1 week where they stumbled, or when the other members stumbled. Madison lost a 3-on-2 handicap match, and then the Black Assassin lost to a surprise team of Darren and Destry coming from AOA just for that one time. Well, then go right ahead then. Go right ahead. You want to name him Kenta, Hideo? Kenta, if you want to name... Or, I don't know. I mean, really just a name. It's a name thing. So if you want to call him Kenta, do you? If you want to call him Hideo, do you, man. Do you. I'm looking forward to Clash whenever that drops, man, too. I'm looking forward to that. Let me look. Feel free, call him Hideo Itami, bro. Call him Hideo Itami. Just have him be a beast. That's all I'm gonna ask. If we're gonna call him that. No, don't report the comment. No. He didn't say nothing wrong with the thing doing. Anyway, yeah, just call him Hideo. Wanna call him Hideo Itami? Call him Hideo Itami. Just make him a beast. All right, make him a beast. That's all I'm asking. Make him good. Yeah, bro. These things. Anyway, Jackson Wade. Speaking of people looking like a beast, perfect segue. Jackson Wade, this build was all about him, okay? Until RJ came back within like the past 2 weeks, but this build had been all about him. He was like he did not take a loss in any of the matches that he had, really. First week he came out, cut a promo, trashed on Dwayne Frost, trashed on Nate Shields, beat his crew. Oh wait, no. What was I saying? Hold on. No. I'm in the right ballpark. His crew destroyed Omar and Big Mac on that same show. Took those 2 out. JB was already taken out after the match at Last Stand. Same for RJ, the new world champion, was taken out. Jackson was was really kind of just leading the helm here. He was really kind of leading the helm. His crew was just on a roll. Like I said, they had one slip-up week where the Black Assassins, they lost to the surprise team of Darren and Destry. And then they lost to the surprise team of Darren and Destry because, again, they were surprised. They weren't ready. And the Madison lost a 3-on-2 handicap match. So, I mean, odds against her, you can argue they still look strong in the process. Jackson Wade, on that same night that those two lost, on those three technically lost, he still won his match against Dwayne Frost because they ran the street fight back, and they did it again. They ran the street fight back since the first one technically didn't even happen because there was Dwayne was clearly unable to compete. He still won, and then that's when RJ came out and sent him running, sent him packing. That's when he came out and did that. But Jackson has been looking like a monster this whole time. And as far as RJ, he came back. I think I had him come back good. He came back hot. He came out looking good. Now, to tell you the real truth, this is why I like this platform, because I can talk about this stuff. The original game plan for RJ, he was not going to show up until Onslaught itself. Like, literally, the next time y'all were supposed to see RJ was Onslaught during his matchup. Like, that how, hurt he was. But I felt like I want to get RJ in there in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I want to have him show up and do something to, to kind of get some edge on himself, to remind people, hey, here's the world champion. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Okay. But yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to at least get RJ out there to say, hey, he's the world champion. He's going to be back fired up. But he lost that. He was the one. In fact, he was the one that took the fall in the go home show, because I want to kind of plant seeds of, is he really all there? Is he really back yet? Is he really as ready as he claims to be? That's why I took the fall there in the go home show, because I want to plant that seed of doubt of he might not be all the way there, and with Jackson being as beast he is, good luck, man. Which is where the commercial came in of termination leads to domination, AOR being at Jackson's command, because it is, all that other stuff. So I like the build for this. It was interesting in the point where our world champion was not even in the building for most of it. And I think that in this case it worked. We really used that time well. Got the challenger over in a great way. And I think honestly that match is people are probably the most excited to see that one. I think for those that have been watching, I would hope, at least, that's the match that you are the most excited to see. Everyone on the card. And I'm sure, hopefully, the payoff is going to be worth it whenever the show itself comes out. So, anyway, with that being said, Onslaught, again, I think, given the craziness of the card of 3 tag matches, 3 one-on-ones, and a triple threat, I think it played out well. I think I did a good job at spacing stuff out. I never had 2 tag matches go back to back with each other. I never had that happen during the show. So you're not going to see 3 tag matches back to back to back or something. So I think I spaced the tag matches out well. I think overall, you guys are going to hopefully enjoy the Onslaught pay-per-view, given the card and just given the action and stuff that you'll see. It should be an exciting one. And I'm looking to drop that show soon whenever I get down and do the commentary for it. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the build and Onslaught. Oh yeah, and Jackson Wade vs. RJ. That build gives the guy about a good 3.5 out of 10. 3.5 out of 5. Sorry, not 10. Good lord. 3.5 out of 5. I like the build for that. It was really, really, really good. I liked it. All right, let's jump over to the next card here. Next card, AOA Next Level, emanating from Columbus, Ohio. And Onslaught is emanating from Washington, D.C., just side note. Anyway, next level. Let's get into the 8 matches on this show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm right. 8 matches. 8 matches on this card. Oh man, this show is in production at the moment, so can't really give a progress report on how it's going because it's in production right now. But anyway, let's talk about the build. That's what we're here for. For the AOA Women's Championship, Carolyn Amber will be going one-on-one with Miss Wilcox. Now, this was building kind of back since Conquer All. Since before Conquer All, actually, because I had this angle going where Miss Wilcox was taking out every woman in the locker room. We didn't see it was her, but when she came out, or when she ended up, revealing, who she was after Carolyn's Conquer All match, that's really where they were building from. It was building from, again, this mystery person taking out everyone, Carolyn included, and we didn't see who it was, and it ended up being revealed to be her. Which is, it's a weird one, and I think, and if you were to go back and listen to the Conquer All podcast I did with the Conquer All and Last Stand podcast I did with J-Dog, I said there the reveal felt a little flat, and it felt that way because not a whole lot of people probably remember Akira, like Miss Wilcox before she was, the way that she is now. She was known as Akira Wilcox back then, and maybe not a whole lot of people remembered that. So I felt like that reveal felt a little flat, and then some people didn't really watch activity like that. So Akira not being as well known, combined with, again, not really a whole lot of people really watched activity like that. I did, but not a whole lot of other people did. It kind of made that reveal fall a little bit flat, so that's why I had to instantly have Ms. Wilcox explain her motives, her reasoning. I could have done a little bit more. Like, I had a good foundation, but it's like I don't feel like I capitalized on it in the best way leading to this match. Because at the same time, I kind of wanted to do something with Emily and Eve and get something going for them and the Madison stuff. I had a good foundation, but I just didn't capitalize on it in a way that I maybe should have at all, really. So, admittedly, that could have been a little bit of a better build. Carolyn looked good, and she was winning her matches and stuff, so Carolyn was looking good, but it was just, it didn't really work out here. Build for this just didn't really work out to plan here. Screw it, I'm not going to do the rating this time. Angelina versus Madison. Man, I'm trying with this women's division. I really am trying. This was building since Madison Phillips' debut. Sort of building since Madison Phillips' debut, because Madison got attacked by Angelina during her debut, or like beat to the point where like it was a DQ. Angelina got DQ'd and continued to beat her afterwards. And then somehow this went from Angelina clearly being the heel in this situation to now being the face in this situation and Madison being the heel. This build kind of fell apart at the scene here, okay? This build fell apart here. I don't know what I don't know. Somehow the dynamic got completely flipped around, and it ended up with Angelina being the face here, or the face, and Madison being the. This build fell apart at the scene. And see, even now, people praise my work and stuff now, but even then I can still find flaws that maybe not a whole lot of people recognize or pick up on or whatever. But this build fell apart. It fell apart. Not a whole lot of interaction between the two. Madison cut a promo once. Angelina kind of remained silent because I don't really have her speak. But then again, I could have used Pac-Man in that spot, so why didn't I? Either or. This was... The bill fell apart. I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd give it a 1. The bill fell apart. I'm going to hopefully get past this match and we will move on to bigger and better pastures. Tyson versus Shawn here. It's kind of, again, stemming from their Conquer All stuff, really. This match was originally going to be for the All-Star Championship, but due to the title change that happened, this match is now a number 1 contender match for the All-Star Championship instead. And Shawn feels that he can now sort of trust Tyson. And so this is really a thing of, Tyson did good against Shawn last time. Shawn offered to give him a rematch for the All-Star title. And Tyson, of course, accepts. But now, since there's no longer a title up for grab, we're going to see what these two are willing to do to earn a shot at the All-Star title. So, if we will, we'll see. Maybe could have had a couple promos here and there, but 6 matches, 4 segments on the show. That's typically my format. I don't want to overload the show with segments and stuff. But I also don't want to do too many of those little side videos because then it will be a bit too much to keep up with. It can turn into being a bit too much to keep up with. So I don't overuse those. I could probably use them a little bit more often, but I don't overuse those. And plus, they don't really get a whole lot of traction either. So there's that too. There's that too to think about. But anyways, Tyson vs. Shawn, decent build at best. Definitely could have been better. Could have had a little bit more interaction, but hey, it is what it is. This level up contract fatal 4-way. Austin Wallace, ATJ, Andrew Lane, Johnny Rivers. This was decent. This was really decent, and not a whole lot of story needs to go into a match like this. 4 guys, they all well, 3 of them qualifies for the contract. 3 of them qualified, and then Austin Wallace pre-qualified, thanks to Mr. Bloomberg and everything. So they all kind of did their own thing for a little bit. A2J qualified. I had them kind of qualify on a week-by-week basis. So A2J beat AJ style. Johnny Rivers beat... Who did Rivers beat? Who did... I know Johnny Rivers qualified. He beat someone. I can't remember who. Oh, Jason Wells. He qualified by beating him. And Andrew Lance qualified by beating Brandon Storm. Most you got out of this was Andrew Lance cutting a promo, sitting there saying that this is going to be his night. This is going to be his moment. This is going to be his chance. So that's really the most we got out of that. But like I said, with a match like this, you don't have to be overly complex. And I didn't want to do the tribal thing of, having those 4 guys and some variation of a tag match. I didn't want to do that. I really, really did not want to do that. So I refrained from doing it and instead had Austin and Jason versus the team of A2J and Max on the most recent episode of AOA. Got the point across. A2J was going to be in the ring with Wallace at next level for the contract. All that fun stuff, really. So, like I said, that one didn't need to be super complex here. Jay Morgan versus Adrian Oxley. That's going to be for the United States Championship, as Jay Morgan is the defending champion going in. I'm going to say this one worked. I think this worked because I had a little bit of a hit and run going on with Adrian Oxley, not physically with like a car or nothing, but like he would run, attack him, leave. And I had that going for a couple of weeks. And then Jay Morgan tried to get his revenge on him, and then he barely avoided him. And so that's when I had Adrian Oakley explain that, dude, the reason I've been going after you, it wasn't nothing personal. It was the whole thing of he's doing what he has to do because he feels this is his one chance, this is his last shot, you know what I'm saying, to do something great. So whatever happens to you at next level, it's not because I want to, it's because I have to. And I had Jay Morgan do a little promo thing, and his promo was along the line responding to him and saying, yeah, dude, I get it. I get it. I get where you're coming from. I get how you're feeling. But here's the thing, man. This United States Championship, this is my first piece of singles gold here in AOA, and I refuse to let you, or anyone else for that matter, take it from me. So that was the thing with Morgan. That was Morgan's take on it. And then I had Adrian Oakley in a match, and I had Jay Morgan in a match. I think the thing that I could have did, I think the only one thing that that I feel I could have did to this was have one final maybe face-to-face confrontation between the two. No one attacking no one, just a face-to-face man-to-man confrontation between Oakley and Morgan. That was probably what was missing from this thing. I probably could have did that on the Go Home show. Probably could have did that on the Go Home show of AOA. But I think overall though it wasn't a I don't think it wasn't a bad build. I like it. Decent little build. Gave a decent story. We kind of get into a little bit of Adrian Oakley's character here. We see Morgan kind of do a thing a little bit, looking good in the ring. Same for Oakley. Not bad build. And I actually think there's a little bit of genuine hype here for that matchup. Covered that. There's only 3 more matches I gotta cover. Yeah. There's only 3 more matches I gotta cover here. Okay. 6-man, which is now a Falcon Anywhere elimination tag. The team of Reaper, Forsaken, and Chaos versus the team of A-Stone, JH3, and a third member because Lucian got written off the show. I did that so that way they can get a little bit of an upper edge, Reaper team or whatever can get a little bit of an upper edge. And it allowed me to debut a new person into the series without having to deal with the too many members in it. That's what I'm, you know what I mean? So it gave me the chance to not only do something cool, something crazy, something extreme with Chaos Sauce and Lucian off the top of the truck, but it allowed, for me to bring in a new member without cluttering the group. Cause I think A-Stone and J3, those are the 2 main guys. Lucian's always been the third wheel here. And plus, I need someone size-wise that can match up with those 2. And I got someone for that. So, there you go. I need someone size-wise that can match up to those 3 bigger dudes. So, that's why I did that. Lucian was about the same size, if not a little bit smaller. And, for storyline purposes, he worked, but so I think I like the build. I like the angle that I've been taking with it. Switch's Disciples, they've had this point of saying that Reaper is a shell of himself, and they're looking to put him out, and they're looking to do the same with Forsaken and Chaos since they keep getting involved. And with Reaper, on Reaper's side of it, he's been saying that, okay, no, first I gave y'all specific orders to leave Forsaken alone, and y'all didn't listen. So now Chaos is kind of reluctant to team with Reaper. And I kind of didn't really give Forsaken take on it. I maybe should have, but I didn't really give Forsaken take on it. So he just kind of rolling with the punches there, even though he shouldn't. Really. He really shouldn't, actually. But so maybe I could have did a little bit more. Again, just a little bit more would have went a long way. A little bit more could have went a long way there. But well, I did something along that line. I had Reaper kind of like watch on as A Stone and J3 were beating the brakes off of Chaos and everything. I just had him just watch on from the stage, which is kind of cool. So I like that little element of it. 6-man tag, I'm sure it's going to be a fun, crazy, wild ride that I'm kind of looking forward to creating and see how it goes. I want to do some interesting things that I've never really done before with that one. Anyway, the World Championship matchup, Dave versus Darren. This is spanning from... This is spanning from the Conquer All pay-per-view, in which Darren, retained his world championship in an Elimination Chamber match. Earlier on that same pay-per-view, Dave wins, and he declared the number one contender. So here's what happened. How did Dave end up with the world title? Easy. After the Elimination Chamber match, Mr. Bloomberg, one of the guys who is running AOA along with the Ice as the network executive of World Wrestling Evolution Network. Catch what I did there. Okay. We got 5 people in there, no comments or anything. So anyway. As Mr. Bloomberg came on the screen, part of World Wrestling Evolution Network, says, congratulations, Darren. You won. Congratulations. But here at World Wrestling Evolution Network, we believe that we don't put off to tomorrow what can be done today. So how about, instead of waiting until next level to face him for the World Championship, how about you face him right now? And so he faced him right there on the spot and won, of course, because Darren just went through a grueling Elimination Chamber match. So that turned Dave heel, it was a double turn, because it turned Dave heel. Darren, who was already leaning toward that face side a little bit, turned face. So it was a double turn, Dave heel, Darren face. There we go. And I kept Dave off the show to make him look like a prize fighter and a guy that only shows up when the money's right and this, that, and the third. He bullied Jackson Spike and faced him in a match on AOR, so there's that too. Or not AOR, but he faced him on an episode of Action Central. So there's that too. I had him get a little bit of heat that way. Had Dave cut a promo. That was really about it. I kept Dave off the show intentionally for the most part of this build. And you'll see another reason why he's been kept off the show when you see the match. So, and Darren's just been the loose cannon. He's been taking out his anger on Mr. Bloomberg and anyone else that's gotten in his way for the most part. And since Dave wasn't showing up, he attacked Mr. Bloomberg. So there you go. So it's kind of, it's kind of the corporate champion versus the former champion or underdog or story or something like that. So whatever way you want to spin on it. I like the build. I like the refreshing of Dave's character, and I like that Darren's kind of the face at this point, because I think a lot of people were really kind of liking him anyways, and it was getting to a point where you can't really hate the guy anymore, because yes, he's arrogant, but every single time he has backed it up, every single time he has backed up his words, backed up his statements, and did all that, and retained the title, and didn't really cheat a lot of the time. The only match he actually cheated to retain his world title in was his match at Armageddon against Andrew Lance by using the steel chair. That was literally the only match. Every other match, he's won cleanly. So, really just a dude with a big head, but he earned it because he's been backing up every single thing he said and done. I love the character work with him. I like the refreshing of Dave. I love the Bloomberg character. A lot of y'all seem to enjoy it as well. And the cool thing is, if we get to the point where y'all don't like the storyline going on or whatever, I have an easy way I can pull the plug on that whole storyline and everything will go back to normal. Easy way of doing that. If that storyline starts getting like a really, really negative reception, like stop doing this type of like get off my TV type heat. If it start getting that out of me, then I know, okay, let me just cut this whole storyline off then. But people like the Mr. Bloomberg character is going well, it's looking good, all that fun stuff. And I think you guys are gonna like how the match turned out. And then what is I'm going to say now will be the main event of Next Level. The I Quit match. The first ever. AOA's first ever I Quit match between Max Wolf and James Black. Now, this has been building since like before Armageddon, for real. This match has really been building since before Armageddon, with James coming out revealing all this stuff about Max, how he was a liar, how he used him just to advance his own career. Max agreed to it, and the only reason he agreed to it, but said it was for Black's own good. Of course, Black is not having it, so James Black proceeds to do everything to get back at Max Wolf, really, by getting the trainer involved, by bringing his old rival back into play, by doing all of that stuff, and that was just in the build to Armageddon. So after that, Max Wolf kind of took his emotions out of it and just substituted that for rage and anger. So they got into multiple backstage altercations. Max Wolf calls James Black the United States title to Jay Morgan. And then at that point, ever since then, it really just been a personal vendetta. Then Max has said some stuff about James, and they're saying like, how am I the bad friend when I've done this, that, and the third, whatever for you? How have I been the bad friend? And so now at this point, I'm not even caring. I'm just looking to end you once and for all. And he's looking to do that in the I Quit match. It's a tried and true I Quit match, so there's going to be no throwing in the towel, no submission tap outs, none of that. None of the ref stoppage, none of that. And the only way to win this match is for someone to say I quit. Also, this match spanned from their South of the Border brawl that they had, in which it ended controversially because Black technically should have won the match, but the referee was knocked out because Max tapped out and the referee wasn't awake, and then you can argue that Max was knocked out and the ref wasn't awake. And I think Black was so close to winning the world title back at Conquer All, but accidentally knocked out the ref. But he accidentally knocked out the ref, which allowed Darren to get back up, lock in that armbar submission, and made him tap out. So we get the ref out of the way completely, and we do these two in an I Quit match. Whew. Contract signing, good stuff. One of my personal favorite contract signings I've done personally. I've only done one other one, and this one was definitely better than the Reaper and Forsaken one personally. Come on. Nope. Okay. Thought I saw some more comments. Anyway. But overall, this build has been solid between these two. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this matchup. I really, really do. I really think you guys are going to like this one. That match, I can say I already have completed. I completed that match long time ago. So, that match is already done. I really just needed to add to the show, for real. So, that match is done. And I think you guys are really going to like how it came out. I liked how it came out. It was a very, 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 very good matchup between those two. And overall, I think the build for Next Level, a couple of matches aside, has been good. I prefer, honestly, the build that Next Level received for its matches over Onslaught. And for those that watched the most recent episode of AOA, there's been a little bit of a wrinkle thrown into the mix here with CTP and them sticking their nose in our business, sticking their nose where it don't belong. So, if they want to show up and get crazy, they can show up and get crazy, but I can promise you AOA will be ready. But, that is, if they actually have the guts to show up. Because all they do is do a whole lot of talking. Other than Lewis and Asia, who else do they really got to back up their action? Just saying. It's easy to snuff someone from behind, guys. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. You deal with that information, what you deal with. So, pay very close attention to Next Level. Because their guys show up, it's going to be wild. If they don't show up, then that's to prove the punks that they are. So, it's on them if they want to show up or not. But pay attention to both pay-per-views because there's going to be some great action one way or the other. So that's really my thoughts on the build. I thought Next Level had the better build than Onslaught. And since we still got some people in there, if y'all have any other questions, any comments, or anything, feel free to let me know. Give my voice a minute to take a breather. Give myself a minute to take a breather here. If y'all have any... Yeah. Watch it. Show up if you want. Crazy up in there. Show up if you want. Anyone else have any other comments? Any other questions? Maybe if you have a question about Onslaught, what do I think is going to be the match tonight? Just anything. Any questions at all? I'm going to give y'all about another minute or two before I close out here. I will say, I think overall, try it. I'm going to keep saying it until I see something. Until I see y'all get crazy. Until I see CTP get crazy. Try it. That's all I'm going to do. Knock on the door. Knock on the door if you want to. Knock on the door. We're going to bust it down back on the other side. You better not be standing there when we do that. Fair enough? Fair enough. Well, I can't answer one question. I can't go in there and answer one question. My humble opinion, what I think is going to be match of the night on each card, probably the I Quit match for Next Level. And for AOR, from what I've seen, and from what I've put together, what I've made, I think the AOA tag team title match is probably going to be match of the night for Onslaught. Personally, I think that's going to be the match of the night. Personally, for AOA side, like I said, definitely I'm almost certain the I Quit match. I'm almost certain the I Quit match is probably going to be match of the night. Depending on how everything else goes, I think the I Quit match is going to be match of the night, though. Nonetheless, if no one else has any other questions, comments, threatening statements, Mr. Sampson, this is going to be where we bow out here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for joining. Also, real quick, do you all prefer the live format or the pre-recorded format for these? Need an answer to that? That way I kind of know how to do these going forward. Do y'all prefer the live or the pre-recorded format for these? Okay, that chat up from 4 to 2, so I'm going to assume people just clicked on. All right, cool. Fair enough. All right, well, I like the live format. Okay, I'll take what I'll do. I'll put up a poll. And we'll I'll get the results that way. I don't know. Samson dude came in and threatened us and saying they were going to do some stuff. You wildin', man. You need to talk to your boy, man. He could be wildin' up in there. For real. He could be wildin'. Other than that, I just finished talking about the build and whatever. It was really... Yeah, I do be wildin', man, okay? I'm threatening us this whole time. Get on my nerves now. they're gonna do something and let them do something. They ain't. The way I look at it. But anyway, though, I took a poll. I'll post a poll up on social media or whatever. That way, y'all can let me know if you prefer the live format or the pre-recorded format. And whatever format wins, that's the format we'll roll with going forward. Deal. So, yeah, that's it for this. Another edition of J&W versus the World. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel. Spread the word. Spread the word about the channel. Till the next time I see you guys, be a boss, and I will holla at you guys later.